What's up, world? It's your man, MrSan44Man, seen in over 100 plus countries around the world. You're tuned into the Detroit Raw Show right here, only on YouTube. What's up, world? Your man, MrSan44Man, back with you. I want to give some shots out. Shots out to Shantina at ADT. Thank you, baby. She looked out for me. I went to leave my house and my alarm went on and she was right there to give me a call. I'm on the highway. She was like, your alarm is on. Is everything all right? So I had to swing around, check the house out. Everything was all right. So I told her I would give her a shout out. I'm sorry, maybe I didn't make it enough earlier time I told you, but I still gave you a shout out. Shout out to Shantina from ADT. And also shouts out to Cheryl and the people out there at Myers who helped me to get my iTunes card activated. I put $100 on that card and went through the automatic kiosk and it didn't activate the card, and I forgot the receipt in the register, so I had to go through a little something, but they did help me out, and I did get my iTunes card yesterday, and I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And to all of y'all out there, for the spring and summer coming up, y'all try to be safe out there, be vigilant, watch your homes, neighbors of homeowners and neighbors in the communities. Look out for your neighbors. If somebody's not supposed to be out there, do it like the suburban nights. If my black ass ain't supposed to be out there and I'm just walking, strolling, you best to believe the police will be around asking me what I'm in that neighborhood doing. So just keep it tight, keep it right, keep yourself safe all day long and all this season, because I want to see you tuning in to the Detroit Raw Show right here on YouTube. You're tuned in to the Detroit Raw Show only on YouTube, and also share it on those other social networks such as Facebook, Social Cam, and just about everywhere else. You're tuned in to the Detroit Raw Show with your man, MrSan44Man. Give some shots out to a couple of people that well deserve it. Also, I want you to just take a look at these various scenes of the way we're being portrayed. Black people, the way we acting, the way the world looks at us. It's just not cool.
And an off-duty officer was forced to open fire on some carjackers. It's a story that we first told you about last night at 11. That officer pulled up to a gas station on Detroit's east side when someone tried to carjack him. The officer shot two of the people involved in that carjacking. They're in the hospital right now, and a third person was arrested. Police are still looking for the car, which was described as a black Dodge Avenger with Ohio license plates. The body of a missing...
7 tonight, a wild arrest caught on tape, and two very different versions of the truth here.
There's no disputing the traffic stop in Detroit turned ugly fast, with fists flying between a cop and the woman he pulled over. The woman and her family say the officer was way out of line. The police say he was just doing his job.
7 Action News reporter Simon Shaquette joins us now with the tale of the tape, and that's videotape. Simon?
Stephen and Carolyn, this happened in the parking lot of a party store on 7 Mile Road, where security cameras watch everything, but no one expected they would catch this. It all began innocently enough Sunday afternoon with the officer ticketing the woman for no seatbelt, no registration, no license, and expired plates. But as the stop appears to be wrapping up, words are exchanged and everything goes sideways. When the officer goes to place the woman under arrest, she won't cooperate, and he takes her down. It's what happens next that the woman and her family and witnesses say is way out of line. The officer pulls out his handcuffs and in the struggle appears to hit her. The store owner, who doesn't want his face shown, says that's when he stepped in.
He punched her twice on the face, and I told the officer, stop hitting her. Twice, and that's when he stopped.
The woman ended up in the back of the patrol car moments later, where she was captured on cell phone video.
And he's laughing. That's not funny. Nobody would like their daughter to be beat the way he just beat me.
While the woman was locked up and unavailable for an interview, her aunt told us she was angry over being stopped in the first place.
She took the tickets from him. She said, I'm going to call the police on you. This is America. She has the right to say anything that
clothes.
That's not exactly true. According to Detroit police, you can't say just anything. Investigators tell me the woman threatened the officer after learning her car would be impounded, and that threat, plus putting a finger in his face, triggered the arrest. As for the use of force, Detroit police have reviewed this video and say the arrest was by the book, given that she fought back. They say it follows training protocol for use of force, given her level of resistance.
Get the fuck off me, nigga. Come on, baby. Get the fuck off me, nigga. Get the fuck off me, dog. Get the fuck on, nigga. It's the rap, bro. Rap, nigga. Damn. Shit. What the fuck you wanna do, nigga? Tell me about to kill your bitch ass. Come on, man, let him go. Don't fight me, bro. I swear to God. It's over with. Love you, nigga. It's over with. It's over with. Kill your mama. I put on my mama.
So what's up, world? I showed y'all. Sad as it is, that's what's happening down there. Detroit. I hate to see it, but it's what's happening in our community. And until somebody does something about it, or help us to resolve it, it's just gonna continue to happen, y'all. True and blue. It's your man, MrSan44Man, standing on this bridge. About to head on back to my city, Detroit. Right over there. You're tuned into the Detroit Raw Show. Right here. Only on YouTube and also on Facebook and Social Cam. Let's get it together, y'all.
Michael Grundy was in charge of helping the poor with health care for Wayne County, but the feds say he enriched himself at their expense. And tonight the feds are requesting a long prison term for the former Ficano appointee. Let's bring in Mara MacDonald, who's live downtown tonight. She's been looking into exactly what the feds are seeking. Mara?
Devin, we're talking about a long prison sentence here, 14 to 17 years, and here's why. This is the sentencing memo that federal prosecutors put out on Grundy today. It is 67 pages, and when you read through this thing, you will see greed on a breathtaking scale. Michael Grundy was an assistant county executive, and what he did with that position is operate a kickback scheme to line his own pockets. Federal prosecutors laying it all out in their sentencing memo. Grundy built hundreds of thousands of dollars from an insurance program for the poor so he could live large. Just a couple of his purchases with the ill-gotten cash, $10,000 worth of hair plugs, a Mustang convertible, how about a Caribbean timeshare, and a $34,000 house payment. Prosecutors say he even used his then-fiancée to launder the money, something she had no idea of at the time. They also say he's shown absolutely zero remorse and are recommending the judge send him away for at least 14 years.
A Detroit mother admitted she stabbed her 8-year-old daughter to death, and she was sentenced today to serve 23 to 50 years in prison. Samaria Green pleaded guilty to second-degree murder after she was found competent to stand trial. Green stabbed her daughter, Tamaria, in the chest in their East Side home back in 2012. As she was sentenced today, Green apologized for what she called an accident.
I'm sorry for the accident, the mistake that I made. I miss my daughter.
The mother of 5 had been diagnosed with mental problems, but after several evaluations, she was ruled competent to stand trial, and then she pleaded guilty.
available to pitch. And again, these are just allegations at this point. Police haven't interviewed him yet. They haven't asked for a warrant from the prosecutor's office either.
All right, quite a story. Arshawn Lay reporting for us live. Devin?
There's a question that has been asked repeatedly and loudly since the beating of Stephen Utash in Detroit last week. Was it a hate crime? Tonight, the Wayne County prosecutor says yes, charging one, but only one, of the suspects with ethnic intimidation. Roger Weber live with more on what that means and how the Utash family is reacting to that news. Roger.
Devin, an important part of this story is about to unfold tonight here at Little Rock Baptist Church. But meanwhile, more charges and more defendants. And for the first time, a charge of ethnic intimidation against a 16-year-old defendant. Steve Utash's son Joe believes all the defendants, not just the 16-year-old, should be charged with ethnic intimidation.
I think race has everything to do with this. What other motivation is there besides that he's a white man on the ground?
But he says he's pointing fingers at no one other than those accused.
Well, I talked to the mayor and everybody, and, you know, it's definitely not just the city of Detroit. It's the people that did this.
To prove ethnic intimidation, the prosecutors will have to show that the teenager had a specific intent to intimidate or harass, and that he was motivated by the race of the victim. The 16-year-old has another appearance scheduled Saturday in juvenile court. He could be tried as an adult. Today, prosecutors filed assault charges against 19-year-old Latrez Cummings. He was arrested Wednesday at this house 2 blocks from where Utash was beaten.
Oh, they just ran in here.
The police you're talking about?
Yeah, the police.
All right.
Paper, none of that. But you know what I'm saying? It's good, though, because we finna get over. Like, yeah, they grabbed us up, picked us up, all that, and then, they grabbed my brother and my cousin.
Police took a second person from the house, but he has not been charged in the Utash beating. And Kim Worthy says she is not charging the 4 adults in the case with ethnic intimidation because there's simply not enough evidence of that. So, unless there are more arrests, the only ethnic intimidation charge will be against that 16-year-old. Reporting live in Detroit, I'm Roger Weber, Local 4.
Interesting. All right, Roger, let's talk a little bit more about why Roger is where he is.
That's right, because our Chuck Gatica is going to be a part of this healing event tonight, and it's a, multi-religious, multi-city and suburb.
That's right, urban, suburban, and all coming together, a night of healing. I think it's a very smart thing, and I think that along with pastors like Edgar Van and Reverend Holly and Wendell Anthony, a lot of people speaking, they've asked me to speak, and I'll be speaking about the courageous attitude of not just Miss Hughes, who we saw put herself in the midst of this, right, but other folks around the city of Detroit that are true heroes that have come to the rescue of others, and they've asked me, and what an honor it is to give a healing prayer and then to introduce Mayor Duggan. And
well, around-the-clock search continues at this hour for several suspects still on the loose in that mob beating of Steve Utash. The Clinton Township man attacked right after stopping in Detroit to help a child he'd accidentally hit with his car.
As Utash fights to regain his health, some of the suspects already in custody are making their first court appearances. Roger Weber's been following that for us. He's got more on what we've learned about those who are facing charges. Roger?
Devin, a magistrate set high bonds in all of these cases, $500,000 cash. 2 of the defendants have no criminal history, but a third has a long rap sheet and just got out of prison last October. 3 arraignments in one day underscored Prosecutor Worthy's statement that police are making excellent progress. All of the defendants are charged with assault with intent to murder and assault with intent to commit great bodily harm. 24-year-old James Davis, according to his family, is unemployed. He worked as a landscaper and as a driver taking patients to their doctors. He has no criminal record.
Did you hear the charges they apply in your case, Mr. Saffold?
But 30-year-old Wanzi Saffold is charged as an habitual offender. His rap sheet includes 8 drug convictions, receiving stolen property, and assaulting a police officer. 17-year-old Bruce Wimbush, according to his lawyer, voluntarily turned himself into police.
He could have ran, he could have escaped, he could have refused to go to the police department. He did none of those things.